But started off, I was in, I had done my basic at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and that was very interesting. We had tanks rolling by us as we were marching down the road, and it was a little scary, but we did okay. And from there, my unit back in Emporia was a single corps unit, and so from the basic training, if I had gone back to Emporia, I would have been a single corps, and I did. I got back in a little bit, and I did single corps relay station. And with this, we went out in the field and dug a trench, put in a generator, hung up a big antenna, and had in the truck was all the electronics to relay the message to other units and other places. And then from there, I moved up to Lynchburg, Virginia, and I had my single corps certificate, and then went up to Lynchburg to, and it was an infantry unit. And the infantry unit, I was a new guy, so I got the big BAR, which was really heavy for me, because I was a little guy at the time, still am. But anyway, that was very, very interesting to try to do that. And on the practice range, they wanted just to hit the trigger and do one shot. And I never could do that when I hit that trigger. And so anyway, it was very good training, and I had a good experience up there. And President Eisenhower came there to dedicate a new armory there, and so we all were dressed to kill in our best uniforms, and we lined the streets when the president came by. And like the army is, they say, "Want you at a certain time," and then it gets down to the sergeant leading us, and he puts us there about an hour or so ahead of time. But anyway, it all worked out, and we did see Eisenhower, and as he rode the car down the street there in front of us, of course, we all saluted, and then later that day, he gave us a talk at the new gym that new armory that they dedicated. And then from there, we went back and continued our infantry training. And then from there, I eventually left Lynchburg, and I came back to Emporia. I lived in Richmond, but a bunch of us living in Richmond, we went down to Emporia. And at that time, our unit had changed over, and now they were 155 howitzer cannon. And so I was the chief leader in one of the cannons. And that was very interesting and very strenuous, because we had to unhook that cannon and move it up in a firing position, and then fire the cannon. Then sometime later, our unit changed from 155 to 105, and that was much easier to handle, and we did pretty good on that one. And of course, shells were smaller, but that was very interesting to us. And so then as time went on, at one time we were just doing the well, I don't think you'd call us weekend soldiers back then, but we changed from how we were doing it to being doing it on the weekends, 2 days on the weekends. And so then from there, finally I finished my military service, and I can't remember the exact date. I was looking for it today, and I couldn't find the date I finished. But anyway, I got certificates for completing the single corps course, for basic training, and for the howitzers and all of that. And I did real good, I thought, doing my military service, and I was trained in a little bit of everything. So if I had to be called up, of course, at that time we didn't get called up, but we did have the Germany crisis at that time. And I know some units may have been called up, but we were not. And so that's pretty much it. And funny things was that when I was in junior college, Ferrum at that time was a junior college, and everybody worked, helped pay their tuition. And I worked in the kitchen washing dishes. Well, of course, when I went in the Army, got KP, guess what I ended up doing? Oh, washing dishes again. So anyway, that was about some guys who got themselves in trouble with working the grease pits. So that wasn't a pleasant job. So I was glad to wash the dishes too.